Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth. Please keep your hands inside the live stream. Wave your hands in the air like we're being very careful there.
Care very slightly.
A small amount, yes. Yeah. Hello, welcome to Don't Get Me Started. For the second Don't Get Me Started, I'm Alex Borton. This is Jez of The Jez Show.
That's me.
Big news about The Jez Show today.
Yeah.
Just as a teaser.
Most people know already, but it's gonna be my hat for This Is Happening for sure. So
we'll get to that.
So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Captain Brilliant's in on the chat already and says,
fuck, the world is shit. All my windows are open. I suddenly realised, like, when I was streaming in Belgium, like, I opened the skylight a little bit, and Isabeau was like, everyone can hear you. And I'm just like, well, yeah, I guess there's nothing I do about it. So if there are people outside I don't know what else to do.
No. It's so unbelievably warm in this country right now that I'm like, I am not caring if random people walk down the street and you can hear them on stream.
No, like, maybe they can say something.
Like professional sound goes out the window when I start to melt, and I started to melt a few days ago.
Yeah, and last week it was really very, very hot, and we put down every window in the place. But this time we're like, fuck it. Mate, if they shout, it can be part of the thing. Yeah. You guys are all part of the show in the chat. And yeah. People walking outside down the street should have that opportunity too. They're like a real world comment. Do you know what would happen if they really comment? Oi, your shit, shut up. One time I was doing some stand up in Hawkinge, and these kids, and I was like saying something. The whole bit was me stumbling over my words. That was literally the point of the bit I was doing. And this guy was like, spit it out, mate. Like, well, he wasn't on the mic. That's me speaking. He was from outside. So I got heckled from outside the fucking room. He didn't have the decency to pay £5. What's
rude.
A prick.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for somebody to walk past the house and in true Twitch chat fashion shout, "Want to be famous? Visit this link to get 100 more followers."
I learned, Nova Charter, you do not have air conditioning over there. Well, yeah, like in offices and in big buildings and in the supermarket, like if we went to, I went to Sainsbury's earlier, which is a big supermarket, like presuming you're in America, like Walmart or something like that.
Yeah, well, it's not quite as big as
no, it's not Walmart. As big. But
Sainsbury's is like your Jewel Osco or similar,
like a tiny. But even so, I walked in there. I'm like, I'm living here. This is my new home. It's so cool in here. But no, homes don't have it.
No,
homes don't have. I mean,
aircon. Some new builds have started to put it in as like mixed in with underfloor heating.
Yeah,
that's the dream. But no, generally we do not have air conditioning in homes, and in fact,
it's money, man.
Yeah, I at 3 o'clock in the morning, as I woke up, literally one with my bedsheet, I decided to go on Amazon on my phone there and then, and search for some kind of mini, kind of portable aircon unit that I could have in my bedroom to not die anymore. How do guys says who's that? The Fiend let me in.
The Fiend let me in. I was trying to work out how to put I was like, I can't work it out. The Fiend let me in. Yeah. How are we doing? Fucking hot, mate.
Warm.
You're warm too, I would imagine as well. In what I did this week was I went to buy a fan. I've never bought a fan before, and it's sitting over there. I'm not going to drag it into shot. It's a big tower fan. You know what it looks like. And there were none in Argos. In there, I went there every single one, and so I was looking for other shit in Sainsbury's, and then I walked past a massive end of aisle of all of these stacked up high, like they knew what they were doing. And in front of me was a guy like pondering over it, and it was so hot that day, as it has been every day. And this guy's looking at it really kind of suspiciously, like, I could cool myself the fuck down, but no, I don't think so. And I'm like, you want to just continue living this shit life, or do you want to buy a fucking fan, mate? Don't pretend you don't want a fan. You do want a fan. He's like, timer? No, I don't think so. So fuck that guy.
Captain Brilliant says, "There's never been as much brine on my person than in my front room today." Thanks for that image.
It's a lovely image.
Because I know what you look like.
Hot and sweaty. Just got back from work. Yeah, get yourself a drink, man. That's what I'm going to say.
Absolutely. Get
yourself a cool one.
In.
We've got ourselves some ice.
Yes.
Iced drinks. And
non-alcoholic, because we don't need the diuretic effect of alcohol at 3 a.m. either.
Well, my tower fan thing just oscillates past me all night long. Just kind of like, I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Oh, look at that, Captain Brilliant.
Yeah,
that's nice.
I'm your biggest fan, he says.
Can't cool me down though, unfortunately. If you were standing blowing on me in the middle of the night, well,
awkward.
I'd be fucking disturbed, if anything. But here you are. So, I mean, we're going to get to it, but it is a hot time.
It is. Duff Valley says way too hot. Special shout out to Duff Valley, who, without internet in his abode right now, has gone to use the mobile internet in his van to tune into us pricks.
So he's going to sit in his van and do that, and so tomorrow his battery's going to be flat.
Probably.
Hey, man.
Turn your van on.
I appreciate that. Just think about
sweet
that.
Air conditioning as well.
Get your aircon in. Yeah. By the way, Nova Charter, we do have aircon in cars as well. We don't have them where we live. We have them in the places we occasionally go.
Great Britain is basically one big excuse to go for a drive, so you can use the air conditioning in your car.
And even I don't really know how my air conditioning works. I just roll down the windows because it's faster to get air straightly at me. And this is how I want it. Having to tell my dad when we were kids, like, stick the windows down. He's like, no, I can't stick the windows down. And he doesn't actually speak like that, but like, let's stick the windows down. That's the best bit of the car.
So we've kind of already started on what's happened and covered a bit of that ground, but I've got a new sting to show off, so I'm keen to get into the thing. Shall we neatly segue to This Is Happening?
Do it. This is happening.
In a world filled with haps and naps, two men have risen above to bring you This Is Happening.
Oh, look at that transition. This is happening, where we pick things that are hap and things that are nap. Things that are good and things that are bad, things that are hot, things that are not. Now, you can join in because you can comment on your haps and your naps. And that's how it works. This week, what's hap and what's nap. So I'm going to say, Jeremy, what's hap?
So, as Alex teased at the beginning, what is hap for me today, as of about 5 o'clock this evening, UK time, I'm a Twitch affiliate.
Way!
Woo! And as Captain Soro said right at the beginning, ads, yay!
Was he?
So
yes, he did.
Obviously
yes,
now,
he did.
Whenever you start one of my streams, there will be an advert to begin it. But that's why I started the stream like 10 minutes earlier than normal. So if you want to get in the lobby, you can get that advert out of the way.
Get that shit out of the way.
Job done. Yeah, so Twitch affiliate means that stuff is pretty much exclusively live on Twitch now.
So you just go directly there and everything's happening. Not just this show, although this is certainly one of the best of all of them.
If he does say so himself.
Oh, well, I'm on it, so this is great. Yeah, that is good. That is a hap.
It is a hap.
That's probably the happiest hap of today, really, given that you've been
today,
pushing.
Especially.
Yes,
yeah. My target was to reach the 50 kind of followers that I needed by this Friday. Not even considering that I might have all of the other criteria nailed for affiliate as well.
Yeah.
But there you go. It's all nailed. I got it through ahead of the deadline. Because the other thing that's hap is that day, that target day of Friday, is my birthday.
Yes! Yeah. Yes, it is.
And I've already got one of my birthday gifts.
Is that hat there?
This is a gift from my brother. My Chicago White Sox
White
hat.
Sox. Hey, have you decided to support the White Sox then?
No, I'm still supporting both.
Right, just checking because you've
got.
You're all Chicago today.
I'm all Chicago all the time. Yeah. But that's the thing,
Someone's neglected the end of the cargo at the end.
Cargo, yeah.
Yeah, that's sloppy.
Like I'm a Chicago sports guy, so when somebody says you have to choose between the Cubs and the White Sox, I say, "Fuck you, no, I don't."
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
I will
to support.
I will support them both.
Hey, that's good. I like the hat. Hey, by the way, turn the hat back around again because you've left the label on like a cool motherfucker.
Yes, that's what you're supposed to do with these.
You are supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And you have done that.
Yeah.
I like it. That's really
nice.
Do
you want to hear something that's nap about this hat though?
It won't go on my head.
It won't go on your head.
No, of course not. We've already established I can't wear hats.
That's nap for you.
That's caps and naps.
But in delivering this cap, it was purchased by my brother via Amazon, but delivered by Royal Mail. And I have a tiny, tiny ass letterbox. It's like that big.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, Mr. Royal Mail Postman, proceeded to ram the cap and its paraphernalia packaging around the outside the fuck through my...
Did it shred aspects of the... Or did it
surprisingly not, no. But he was there for ages and I didn't know what he was doing. I was like... I'm like, wow, we've got a lot of mail.
It's one thing.
Like, well, like my birthday's coming up. Maybe he's individually feeding like cards through or something. And then I go out there and there's just one package.
I once sent a load of cards to myself, actually, because my birthday was just the other day.
Yes.
So on the subject of birthdays, there's a bit in Bottom. If you've ever seen the series Bottom, there's a bit where Richie, because I think that's what Rick Mail plays, and it's Richie, mails himself a load of birthday cards from various people who didn't send them, as it were, for all the lads on the Ark Royale. And I, loving that episode and being able to quote it up and down, mailed myself a load of birthday cards just so I could reel them off in front of my dad. And he was like, "Thank you, Alex. Yes, we know you didn't really..." I'm like, "Don't do that. Let me do the bit." Loads of excellent comments coming through. Duff Valley, no aircon in this old rust bucket, so you're able to watch it, but you're going to be...
You've got to sweat it out.
Yeah, sweat it out like Captain Sora, who is sweltering. Yes.
And you can't even have a drink in your van either, because
no,
the police will turn up and arrest you or something.
Yeah, they would, because they'd be like, "You're in the vehicle.
You're drunk in charge of a vehicle."
We're trying to help everyone out today. Like, don't let your battery run down. Don't be drunk in charge of a vehicle. Love Bottom. Oh, it's very kind of you to say. You can't see it, but thank you. It is there.
You should probably provide context to that comment.
Oh, sorry, Duff Valley talking about loving the TV show Bottom.
No,
he's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
You mean
he should?
I shouldn't have to do it at all. I should make up shit, because that's exactly what I'm meant to be doing.
That's the goal.
Oh boy.
So, what is hap with you, Mr. Borton?
Oh, by the way, it's like there's nothing really in the world. So what is hap at the moment is that when I was in Belgium, which I mention every week, much to Will's delight. When I was in Belgium, there's a lot of eating snacks in Belgium, and because they have a lot of
eating snacks in Belgium.
In Belgium,
how does that work?
That sounds fucking hot. There's a lot of fritures where they're making a range of wonderful, wonderful snacks, and it ain't just like a fish and chip shop. Oh no, I haven't even been coerced to say that. I'm saying it off my own bat. But as a result, put some weight on because I was just eating all this wonderful shit. It was like a bit like Willy Wonka's fucking chip shop factory. I was like, oh my god, chips on trees, bit of fish there in probably a river. I don't know what the fuck it would have been like. Anyway, so one of the good things is that I've lost a small amount of 4 kilograms worth of weight.
Nice.
So the friture weight has left me, and it's ongoing. But the problem with that is
the
that
batter coating has
dropped away, So that's one of the good things, is that I've seen some tangible, like removing myself from the place of multiple alcohol cocktails and burgers and not having those things. That's the tip. The intermittent KFC diet, I call it.
I was going to say that it probably didn't help that for cocktails and bullshit on Saturday you had several cocktails, and then we went back to my place and had KFC.
Well, that's why I say it's the intermittent KFC diet, because intermittently I have KFC, but which is fine. But by the way, not that anyone really cares, but the cocktails and bullshit, which is wonderful, and you should check it out in a couple of weeks' time, and then the KFC only added like half a kilogram or something like that. It really didn't make that much of a difference. Like, get in.
Eddie Stone, are you folks not on YouTube anymore? Well,
good, really. Thanks for asking.
Good question. It's as if you
we didn't tell him to say that.
We need to say these things. This will be on YouTube, but part of being a Twitch affiliate is that they have exclusivity for 24 hours. So all the live content is going to be on Twitch, and then it'll be a podcast.
It'll find itself to other places.
Later on.
First thing Captain Sora had when he moved to Netherlands years back was a Burger King. Local cuisine, eh? Do you know what? In Belgium, they have a thing called the Bikkie. The burger of choice is the Bikkie.
So we have those, but they're slightly different.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. On a Bikkie.
A Bikkie, you dip it in your tea.
Oh yes, we do have a bicky. Lots of different bickies. The bicky in Belgium is a burger, and it's like all the chip shops, all the fritures that the nation over have the same burger. They don't make a different burger. It's the same brand of bicky. And I walked past the friture and it says, "Here's you can get your bicky from your bicky dealer here." And I'm like,
dip your burger in your tea.
oh man, I don't think I want to do that. But like, who would have a bicky? I was like, it's just a chip shop. It sells burgers. They're not a bicky dealer. It's not a Volvo dealer. They're like, this is your local bicky dealer. No, mate, it's just a burger. Don't get above yourself. So yeah, good things, hap things, weight lost. But as a result, I haven't really been drinking any alcohol, so that's a nap. You see how it works? The haps with one hand and the naps with the other. I'm happy about the weight, but I'm nappy about the lack of alcohol. Shit, man, I don't know what to do. But that's what I'm happy about. Are you happy about anything else? Or do you want to give you another? Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what I'm happy about. Properly obsessed about World of Warcraft at the moment. I don't know how that's found its way back into my life, basically. But yeah, playing an awful lot of World of Warcraft Classic, which maybe I should stream, because at the moment we're doing this stupid quest to get one person in our guild a scarab beetle mount to ride around on. And like, it's basically got 40 people going around helping him do this thing. So I've become properly obsessed with Warcraft.
Yeah. It goes completely over my head, but you should totally stream it.
Oh, I love it. If you like Warcraft, just tell me that you do, because please tell me I'm not alone.
Warcrafters in the chat. Make yourself heard. Novacharge says, sounds illegal calling it a dealer.
I know, right? That's what I thought. I was going past it. It's like your local bicky dealer. It's like, it's a burger. Have you? Can you get me one of those bickies, please?
A little bit of a bicky. I love that you can use that word, bicky or biscuit in general, and wherever you go, it means something completely different.
Well, yeah. And I
think we had this conversation. Was it last week we had this conversation? I feel like we've had this conversation on this podcast
not
before.
Bicky. I don't know about the bicky.
Bicky and biscuits.
I just like. Do you know what? I have I don't drink a lot of tea anymore. Because I went off it through having some tea that was shit, and then I can't have tea now, whatever. But I love a lot of coffee. I don't think I've ever dipped. Can you dip a biscuit in your coffee? That doesn't seem like something you can do. But dipping a biscuit in your tea...
I have seen people dip biscuits in coffee.
It's totally possible.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that.
Before we go on that, love Warcraft. Original Warcraft was amazing. I'm playing Original Warcraft. It is amazing. And the gates of Anchorage are about to open, and everyone's losing their mind. I'm going to be as nerdy as I like at this point. The gates of Anchorage are opening, and one guy is desperately trying to get a big Anchorage beetle just to ride around the place, and I have been farming fragments from fucking bugs for the last week. We needed 42,000 of them. And the best bit about this is I had to explain to my girlfriend what I was doing. She's like, what are you doing on the computer? I'm like, I'm farming fragments. And she's like, what's farming? What's fragments? What's silithers? What's Anchorage? What's a bug? What's guilds? What's reputation? I'm like, fuck me.
And then you told her and she still didn't know.
Yeah, actually, she was saying, how's Ron's quest to get the bug mount? And I'm like, you're a keeper. But yes, so fucking love World of Warcraft. But yeah, I don't think. Yeah, sorry, distracted myself with the comments.
Yeah,
that's what we're meant to do. I am so happy with World of Warcraft.
You've definitely got to
found my World of Warcraft.
I think there are a few people watching this right now that would give you a Twitch follow immediately if you were streaming some World of Warcraft.
I'll do it. I've got to make I've been kind of like coerced into making another character, so maybe you can watch me run around and talk bullshit. By the way, I've made a rogue, and the rogue is so funny. I mean, everyone else probably made a rogue 15 years ago, but for me, it's new and exciting, so I love it. A speculoos biscuit is for dipping in coffee. Eddie, it is. And speculoos is a Belgian thing. It's a Belgian Dutch thing. They love speculoos over there. Like in England, you'll have one speculoos bit. In Belgium, there's like an entire bit devoted to speculoos, bigger speculoos at Christmas, Sinterklaas speculoos, and then a speculoos kind of tub, which like Nutella you can just fucking eat.
Thanks for tuning into Don't Get Me Biscuited.
Don't get me biscuits. Don't fucking get me biscuits. What's nap for you, by the way? Can I just steer us back into haps and naps?
You can, yeah. I mean, the heat is absolutely nap.
Yes.
And I don't mean that in the usual kind of complaining, like, oh, it's hot, because normally I'm not that guy. Normally I'm like, I will bask in the glory of this heat. It's amazing. But there is something different about the heat this year.
Yeah.
It just seems like totally humid.
It's bullshit.
you're just drenched in sweat within seconds, rather than the nice kind of drier heat that I prefer.
I bought a fan. I did not have a fan last year. It was hot last year, but now I need
It was hotter last year.
Yeah, but I didn't think to reach for a fan.
The temperature on the scale was hotter last year. Like when I went to London Film and Comic Con and set up for that, it was 42 degrees C. It has not got anywhere near that like today, but I feel like I want to die a whole lot more. Maybe it's because I'm fatter and hairier now than I was last year.
You need to go on the intermittent KFC diet that I'm doing.
Fantastic.
I was telling...
Sign me up.
My other half was saying that she wanted to kind of like... She felt we both done this thing. We both eaten loads of friture and both had loads of cocktails. So we went on holiday. I mean, you do that. But now she, like me, is looking to do it. She's like, how have you done it, Alex? And I'm like, it's the intermittent thing, and you're going to like basically eat at this time, don't have breakfast, no alcohol. And she's like, that's shit, I want to eat. And I'm like, right, well, baby,
we've stumbled upon the problem.
The issue with this is you're going to have to pick a lane. At any rate, yeah, so... Sinterklaas and Zwarte Piet. I don't want to get into that. Basically,
no. I think we can get to Sinterklaas when it's more Piet. The time of the year.
Hey, yeah, no, it is an interesting tradition. People love it. And Sinterklaas rides a horse called it's Slecht Waar something. It's bad weather today. The horse is called Bad Weather Today. So it just gets even more crazy. Basically, my nap was also heat. But yeah. I meant the movie with Al Pacino and Dustin Hoffman, which I fell asleep in. It's total fucking shit. Do you know what? It's so fucking hot. My bin got hot. Oh my god, it makes me feel fucking sick.
Can you do that again?
No, I don't. I will actually just. Oh my god, the bin, guys. Your bin gets hot. And then I noticed that all the stuff in the bin was like horrible.
This is your trash can for the Americans.
Your trash gets hot. So I'll take it out. I'll take the bin out before Jez gets round, and he also throws up in his own mouth. So I opened the bin up.
I would have thrown up on your floor. I've got no
mate, shit. It wouldn't have made any difference. What you threw up would probably have made the situation better, because that bag was the most vile bag I've ever been near. And of course it was dripping. Of course I dripped the awful bag across in the heat and then back again. So now my kitchen is covered in shit, dripping horrible, smells to high heaven. I'm like, thank you, son, for making my bin shit. So fuck me. Between that and Dustin Hoffman, I'm fucked off, man. What other naps you've got?
So my nap, it might make me sound a little bit like an entitled prick, but my naps, and you've got to hear me out, are limited menus during this times of coronavirus and lockdown.
Oh, I think I know where you're going on this. Carry on.
So obviously places are reopening, or they're not quite open. They're open in smaller capacities, and so they modify their usual menus so that they don't have to serve as much or don't have to be near each other in the premises or whatever. So rather than doing 10 different types of burger, they're just going to do their best two or three or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm in the drive-through queue for McDonald's to go and get McDonald's breakfast earlier this week. My wife is with me, and she wants a coffee with her breakfast, which is fairly reasonable.
Yeah, I have that.
So we drive up to the drive-through, put our normal order in of double sausage and egg McMuffin, obviously. And when it comes to asking for the drink, I say for my wife, as I normally do.
My wife.
And I'll have a toffee latte, please. And they're like, oh, sorry, we're not doing the toffee latte, limited menu. I'm like, okay, fair enough. I'll ask what coffees they do, because
yes, let's nail that shit down. Let's progress.
Let's get it out. What coffees are you doing on this limited menu? Oh, you can have a regular latte.
And is that the end of the sentence?
That's where I stopped listening. He could have said some other things, because my mind just went into so let me get this. Let me
get started
fucking straight.
in the drive-through.
You will go through the process of making a latte, but you're telling me that the social distancing or limited staff or limited space things prevents you from taking that cup over to a pump of syrup and going...
The dance move we're all doing.
Before you put it back in the...
Like,
you're telling me that
you can't prevent. Someone at the top level went, "Hey, that toffee's got to come out of there."
Like,
come, okay, guys, we got to get rid of that toffee.
Like, does it take? Maybe it takes 3 people to pump it or something, and so they can't all get there within.
I love it when it takes 3 to pump it. I have to say, that's decadence at the highest order.
You can do a latte, but you can't do a toffee latte. What kind of bullshit is that?
Well, this whole world, the whole year's a write-off, Jeremy. So I mean, that's the least of your fucking troubles. In France,
it's been one of my better years, to be fair.
Actually, this is amazing. I'm loving it. What's from? Shut my mouth. In Belgium, when we got some McDonald's, she was like, "I'll pick something off the McDonald's menu," and I'm like, "Okay, well, where's the Big Tasty?" And they're like, "No, it's a limited menu, no Big Tasty, and it isn't time for the big." No, it was time for the Big Tasty. Limited menu was preventing it. So I had the choice of a Big Mac, and I'm going to lay it down here. The Big Mac is not a good burger.
Testify.
Right? I'll take a bacon double cheeseburger XL over a Big Mac every fucking time. Right? Yeah? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what the fuck is the point of the Big Mac? Big Mac is not a signature burger, right? They need to get that shit out of there. And so I had the Big Mac option or some nuggets, which is fine, but what I'm looking for is the Big Tasty. I'm like, you fucking limited menu fucks. So
your Captain Sora says everyone's doing their part to help with the reopenings. Yeah, I'm at the point now where it's like, bullshit. You are phoning it in because you can't be asked, and you're using COVID as an excuse.
Yeah.
These things are possible. They are completely reasonable to do, even with social distancing, even with reduced staff, with all of the drawbacks and the problems that exist. You can do it. Stop being a fucking useless prick. Fuck you.
KFC, sorry, I didn't mean to cut across your fuck you. Do you want to say it again?
Fuck you!
KFC just brought back rice. I didn't know it went away. I mean, presumably it went away for that, but all they have to do is microwave.
I didn't know they did it to bring it back.
Do you know what? I used to live just around the corner from where you live, and that KFC on the corner there just never, or when me and Duncan used to live there, whatever you ordered, they never fucking gave you it. Bacon double cheeseburger, I said, isn't it just the best? I mean, I'm a Whopper fan. I love a Whopper. I really love a Whopper, but I tell you what, bacon double cheeseburger XL.
Mm-hmm. That's my go-to at Burger King.
With that,
absolutely.
Like, by the way, every time I go there, there's always lots of great options. There's like a smoky barbecue stack with hash browns and shit, and I'm like, fuck me, I just don't know what to have. And if it's KFC, like the Zinger Tower, like a Zinger Tower burger meal, like with all the stuff stacked up, the Zinger Tower stack thing, fuck yes. How is McDonald's? I mean, I love them, but like, come on, man. I defy you. Has anyone gone, oh, thank God they got a signature thing, or thank they've got like a Florida burger, or a Chicago. Do you know, every time...
No one gives a fuck.
No one gives a fuck. McDonald's can't do special one-off things that you never want it. When you're standing there going, oh, do I want the chickeny one or do I want the burgery one? They're both going to be the only burger that's fucking good is the Big Tasty, and that's I love the Big Tasty. If you had to put me a Big Tasty and a bacon double cheeseburger like this, I'd be in real fucking trouble. Real fucking trouble, especially with this intermittent fasting.
Do you know what else is nap? And it's an impromptu nap.
Feel free.
As we're on this conversation, the fact that they don't do the double quarter pounder all year round,
right,
is utter bullshit. Again, what difference does it make having an extra patty cooked and chucking it in the same things you're already doing?
Just like, I mean,
just do it.
Burger King just went, you want it your way. That was their thing, was it your way? But like, no one else did that. You couldn't just go to, I mean, you can add stuff. I think you might be able to add stuff. You can.
It's a lot easier with these like touchscreen things in McDonald's now.
Can you just scroll back up on the thing? I want just to see what, because someone said classic. Oh yeah, Charlotte. Personally love a classic cheeseburger. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. Do you know what I do? Is 2 double cheeseburgers, and that's my 2 double cheeseburgers is like a burger.
Wait, so we've just had a question here that we may need to address and get feedback from. Nova Charter asks, wait, your KFC sell burgers? Chicken burgers?
Yeah, chicken burgers.
They don't sell like beef burgers or anything, but they
no,
sell
like a chicken burger. Yeah, I mean, I said it, and now I'm doing this. Yeah, chicken burgers and put stuff. Then you not get the double, down.
But now that I
Louisiana.
think of it,
it's just a chicken breast.
I don't know that.
They're not like
American
burgers.
KFC do burgers. I think they just do like
They're not patties.
fried
It's not,
chicken. They do grilled chicken as well, which is just weird.
it's not. It's like a chicken breast burger thing that they put in the bottom. Burger King is expensive compared. I see what you're saying. McDonald's is cheap. By the way, I mean, you're probably right about that, Captain Brilliant. But once you get to spending, once you're at the thing and you go like the burger menu thing is $6.99. Add some stuff, make it $7.99, $8.25 or some stupid thing. I mean, you're fucking,
throw a double cheeseburger.
It doesn't really make any difference.
You're up there.
I had so many amazing comments on this, and I'm trying to find this.
You said doo-doo.
Yeah.
So glad you're here, Captain Brilliant. Thank you. But yeah, I think that covers our This Is Happening segment.
Yes. What's happening is fucking. Well, you used to work at McDonald's. We couldn't tell you no if you want an extra. If you want an extra on your burger, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's fair then. Yeah, chicken sandwich. A chicken sandwich is what they'd be in them.
All I will say is, as I hope that somebody from one of these fast food chains is listening.
Send us.
Yeah, I'm looking for sponsors. Send me some of your stuff. Even if it's crap, I will tell people it is not.
You're welcome. Bring up takeaway. Oh god, it's so good. Now I just want it. I actually haven't eaten.
Yeah, this idea of like me going on a diet to lose some of my lockdown fat isn't really
I'm not
working.
helping.
With
This is not helping.
Like I'm going to go to McDonald's and get something on the way home from.
Oh Jesus!
From
I'm going to come with you.
Your studio.
So many things there. So many things. Right. Yeah, but I think they do. KFC did the double down burger, and it was 2 burgers, one top of another,
with cheese and bacon in the middle.
Yeah.
And barbecue sauce.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, but do you know what that thing really needed?
What did that need?
A bun.
Oh yeah. There's like, so many.
The chicken is the bun. Okay, but can I get a bun though?
So like the Burger King, right? Is that guy with the awful, strange Burger King face, like he's V out of V for Vendetta, but a king, right?
It's good to be the king.
And that's the Burger King guy. And then in KFC, it's Colonel Sanders.
You got the Colonel, yeah.
And then in McDonald's, it's Ronald McDonald. That's the triumvirate of mascot. Or I mean, at least Colonel Sanders was the guy, right? The rest of these guys.
Yeah, both select a king. That's a joke only British people will get.
I don't know if you ever put them in a 3-way dance, who would win that shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like if you put Ronald McDonald versus the King versus...
I think the Colonel will win. Purely because I'm remembering a cross-promoting thing that they did with WWE a few years back, where several of the wrestlers like took on the persona of of the Colonel, and so it's like Dolph Ziggler super kicking people as Colonel Sanders.
Seems to ring a bell. Yeah,
it was cool. I dug it.
Man, guys, I want KFC so badly.
Immediately went out and bought KFC. Right, let's get off this topic before we ditch this halfway through and just go and get KFC.
Yes.
I've got some stings to show off. What direction do you want to go in? What segment do you want to go with next?
Wank basket biscuit of the week.
You want to do the
wank basket?
Wank basket, wank biscuit, wank whatever. Here
do
we
it.
Go.
Wank basket of the week.
I'm seeing these things for the first time. That is genius. I love that one. Really enjoyed the little kind of Picard face palm at the start. Oh yeah, wank basket of the week. This is the bit where we talk about people who are fucking twats, and everyone in the neighbourhood can hear that as I enunciate so well. So, like, shall I do mine? You do yours, because
you go first. Go for it.
I just, it's hard to find anyone that I truly think is a dickhead at the moment, because I don't tend to leave the flat, but
there are plenty on the internet.
I know. I should look for them, but I'm spending all my time farming bug fragments in Silithus, so I don't see anybody. So the only people I really fucking hate are dickheads who are stealing my kills in World of Warcraft. Fucking. So obviously they're all wank baskets, or following me around, or trying to bait me into like fucking or other guilds, that sort of people, because that's the world I'm living in, a fake world. But I took some time out of my busy farming schedule to drive my car to the shop, and I drove. This guy is an idiot, but but I can't really tell you quite properly why. So I'm really just telling you my experiences that I drove. It's always road rage. I don't know how I do
I'll get my highway code.
Yeah, please do. I was driving along the road towards a roundabout, and I saw a guy crossing at the point between the island in the centre and the safety of the pavement. And I'm going towards him.
And you sped up to hit him, and he managed to get to the other side before you got there.
I did.
What a prick.
What a prick. And the prick was me. Yes, but actually he was coming across, and he was really sauntering across the road like it was his road and he was going to stay there. But whilst he was sauntering, he was also bringing his dog across the road, and the dog is a massive dog. The dog did not want to cross the road. I just don't. It sounds like a joke. The dog doesn't. So he's doing that. He's like, ugh, and the dog is like, I don't want to go. And the dog's quite a big dog, so he's just like. So I'm thinking that dog really doesn't want to go. So I slow down, and he manages to get the dog most of the way across, and then just as he's about to reach the pavement, he just stops. So now he's standing just off the WO lines. He's standing a metre into the road, right, with his dog. So I'm just like, no, it's almost like you almost got to the finish line, but you opted just to remain in the road, like you glitched. And I was like, so I've driven up to him, and I was like, and I was smiling like, hey, because there you go, off you go. And so he took that as kind of, well, I've completed my journey. I was actually hoping to get to the road. Here I am. And I was like, what? And so I looked at him, and I was like, as I drove around him a little bit, I gave him a little smile, like, hey, yeah, right. And he, the whole way down, just stared at me like the guy in the food. Like
the guy on MasterChef South Africa.
The guy on MasterChef South Africa. He's like that. He just, like, honestly, you've got to do it that way, because they've got to see that this is what the guy looked like. But he hasn't got a spoon, he's got a dog. And I'm driving, and I'm like, I'm trying to be nice, like a nice smile, but I've just got, like, why is this guy looking at me? It's just really super weird. So my wank basket of the week is random dog dragger.
Random dog dragger.
Fuck that guy. I had to drive round you. Get out of the fucking road. Complete your journey. He's probably still standing there now.
I had a little giggle while you were talking, and I apologise for it, but Duff Valley's wank basket of the week is his ISP that have taken 3+ days to not sort out his internet. But that wasn't what I was laughing at. I wasn't laughing at his misfortune. I was laughing at Captain Sora replying, I'll fax you some broadband.
Yeah, no. By the way, there's always something about service providers who you love one guy. Like, I used to be well into TalkTalk until TalkTalk fucked me over, and now I'm like, fuck those guys. So there's always somebody that pisses you off. There's always someone that you can get started on. Like, if someone says, I'm thinking of changing my service provider, my gas, I'm thinking of going for British Gas. Someone in the room is going to, fuck British Gas, they're fucking pricks. And if you go, I'm thinking of going for EDF, someone's going to, hang on a minute, hold my beer. And like, it doesn't matter who you pick. Someone's had a shitty fucking experience.
Yes, and that's because everybody sucks.
Everybody's shit. Don't get us started on
everybody.
People. Who's your wank basket of the week?
So, I said I wasn't going to do it. It's very easy to just dunk on Trump all the time.
Dunk on Trump.
But, like,
nothing but net.
He just continues to say things, and that is the problem.
In 1917, they say, right? The great pandemic certainly was a terrible thing, where they lost anywhere from 50 to 100 million people. Probably ended the Second World War. All the soldiers were sick.
Probably ended the Second World War. Did he say 1917?
Yes, those were the two things he said. 1917.
That famous film.
And World War II.
Those things aren't the same. Even my rudimentary shit history. This guy. I was saying just before we...
Oh, and thanks to Fox News for that clip.
Oh my God. I love it that anywhere from 50 to 100 million people died. In the Great Pandemic. You know how things we know, like the Great Fire of London, or the Great Depression, right? For our American viewer, the Great Depression is an actual thing, right? That is its name, right? I don't think there was a thing in 1917 called the Great Pandemic.
No, it's the Spanish flu.
Oh, and that's the name, yeah.
But it was also a lot later than he points out, I believe.
Jesus, this guy, man. Like I was saying the other day, like if I say something stupid on this stream, you'll always remember that I said a fucking dumb thing, right? And I'll be mortified by that fact. But I'd be mortified times a billion if I had to be him, just constantly.
He's got absolutely no shame. Like the fact that he got elected after all of the stuff that came out about things he'd said, all of the, you know, grab you in the pussy stuff and all that.
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
stuff. It's like, you can say what you want.
I'd just
and
die inside
apparently
if I was
nobody,
that guy.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
ASMR, you wake up in your trump. Well, at least I have the money. I probably wouldn't worry too much about intermittent fasting. I'd just be like, just give me all the shit.
Get all your birders in.
Yeah. Fucking, who cares? It is.
It's too easy to dunk on the guy. But
Shall we try not to do it? I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't, because like if he keeps giving us content.
Yeah. And the other thing is, you know, I'm just so generally like happy right now that I find it hard to hate on your average regular guy.
Regular guy is dragging a dog halfway across the road, only just stopped before the curb. It's almost made it. Yes. I don't know. So, you've got so many stings coming up. Do you want to do another thing? I'm just reading what people have said at the moment.
Sure.
I mean, the thing is, everything you're saying in the comments is more shit about Trump, but I'm just like, the world, I just can't. It's just ridiculous. 50 to 100,000 doesn't seem very precise. You think you'd be able to pin that shit down, right?
Yeah.
That's a
Especially
ballpark.
for an event that happened over 100 years ago.
It wasn't.
That's written down somewhere.
That's written down, right? At that time, we have records. This is not like 50 BC or something like that. We're like, we didn't make a note of it.
No. Someone wrote it in a rock, and that rock was eroded away.
Yeah, and like passed it on. It was an oral tradition of how many people died, and it was passed on from father to son. This was 100 years ago. Someone wrote that fucking shit down, and I love how the fact he went live without the facts. He just went, "No, I can wing it. Don't worry. No, I don't need the facts. Fuck that guy."
You have a choice.
Yeah, thank you.
We can go in the direction of thanks, I hate it, or we can go in the direction of don't get me Star Trek.
I want to do the second one because I've been looking forward to hearing what you say. So, hit it. Don't get me Star Trek. This fucking show, I just have to say, I love this show so much. It's so much fun. I just want you to play it again. Don't play it again. I really want to know. So, let's hit it again. So, oh god. So, while you bask in the glow of your brilliance, frankly, Don't Get Me Star Trek is where we start ranting about Star Trek. It is as simple as that. This is the content I follow for, man. Honestly, it's what I go to school for. So we're going to talk about Star Trek, but not just any Star Trek. But that's a loosey-goosey options of things we can hate on, like Voyager or whatever you want to choose. You know, that's random. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the first episode from last week of Star Trek Lower Decks.
Lower Decks!
And no, you can't ask how I watched it.
No. Well, or me. We both watched it because we can do that sort of stuff. Lower Decks is the new animated Star Trek program.
Yes.
It is funny. Getting on the bandwagon of a lot of other amusing comedy animated shit like Bob's Burgers or, I don't know, BoJack or fucking Rick and Morty or anything you wanted to pick. All of which are cool, funny, sardonic and sci-fi kind of stuff in various things. Now they're like, hey, Star Trek's a thing. Comedy's a thing. Put your hands together. So they released Lower Decks in the States. We watched it. You might not have. You might not have even heard it, but look it up.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a fairly spoiler-free
because
kind of discussion.
Yes, it will be. Because I don't remember anything about it. But so what do you want to say about it? And at one point, I'm going to ask you the question that links back to this is happening. But anyway.
So, not necessarily needing to hate on it in Don't Get Me Star Trek, but I kind of found that as an animated series, as a comedy, as something that I might watch generally, it was fine. There were funny moments. I kind of enjoyed like a bit of the zombie element and all that kind of thing, but and not to be that guy on Facebook, of which there are plenty.
There are many.
It wasn't really Star Trek enough for me to have the Star Trek title.
Really? I hadn't considered that.
If I hadn't seen the TNG font as with the episode titles,
really TNG,
thing, and the establishing shots of a starship, I'd have been like, I would have not known it was Star Trek.
Do you know what that leads me to think that obviously that TNG font, all that TNG font and stuff like that, must be so synonymous with Star Trek as a concept, because I can't think that there is a font that DS9 or Voyager or the old series or Discovery uses that you would know as iconic. So clearly they picked the right one there.
I'll just tell you to be careful not to kick.
I'm not going to kick the mic. Don't kick the mic. Yeah, I watched it and we saw a trailer for it and I thought, oh Jesus, no, this is going to be really unfunny. And there, it was, as you said, it was fine. I don't think it was do you know, by the end of the episode, I was like, these guys, these crazy kids might work out. I might watch a couple more episodes, but I don't think, if it doesn't pick up, I don't think I've got that much more in me.
I mean, it has Star Trek written on the title. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
But I reserve the right to not enjoy it as I do so.
For people who haven't seen it, i.e. you're not in America or you haven't found a method to... I'm now just sitting in a really awkward way. For people who haven't been able to see it, it's basically Lower Decks. It's concerned with the lower ranked officers who are kind of like getting shit done, and there's a feeling kind of like Lower Decks versus like the management side of things. From one character is a bit of a rogue and doesn't give a shit, and one other character is destined for management and trying to grasp every opportunity, and one character is, you know, absolutely down the line, or kind of like very scientific or very excited. So they've all got these little kind of, I would say, stereotypes, not archetypes, which is never a good start, right? And it does set it in a Star Trek universe. I felt it was Star Trek-y enough for me, but that didn't bother me. What I want is it to be funny, because it's a comedy, and it isn't. So that's the end.
Yeah. There were a lot of Star Trek Easter eggs and references, and I appreciated a lot of that.
Yeah.
But I also could have done without like the gratuitous zombiness.
Yeah, then there's a zombie bit in it. I'm like, really? That's where you went, zombie?
It was your classic kind of, I've brought back an alien virus from a planet
cliche
episode of Star Trek. But they kind of went a bit nuts. They turned up to 100.
Yeah, they did. I don't think whoever wrote that just went, the laughs aren't coming, the characters are stereotypes, and the story is kind of cliche.
And the drawing is a little bit too Rick and Morty for my
liking. I also felt there's something else about it. Maybe there's some. Yeah, it must be Rick and Morty. I was thinking maybe it's Futurama, but I think it's Rick and Morty. The whole thing is a bit derivative. Not a good start. And Duff Valley, you'll try and watch it. Duff Valley subscribed on Twitch. That's happening. I tried and watched it too. No, I wouldn't go out of your way, but maybe just you have a point of reference, watch it so you can join in, and then next week you can give us your opinion.
A streaming service or something, go for it.
We'd love to hear your opinion of what you think of it. Nova Charters, I watched it twice and don't really remember too much. Yeah, isn't that just a hallmark of something that isn't all that memorable?
And by the way, Nova Charter does a Star Trek podcast.
Oh, does he? Oh.
And everybody should check it out. The Starfleet Escape podcast.
Hey.
Give that a Google search.
That's clever.
They've got a wide back catalogue that you can go and listen to.
Right, so he'll probably be talking about that. He or she. I don't actually know who Nova Charter is. So
it is a guy.
It is a guy.
And I'm reliably, not that I can say it, informed that there will be Lower Decks discussion coming up.
Lower Decks is also an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yes.
Well, I think in similar ways, which must be the inspiration, because it's loads of like guys kind of doing stuff and trying to. And I was trying to remember it the other day, but completely forgot what the basics are. I think someone dies in the episode.
There is also a similar episode in Voyager.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, I don't feel I got Star Trek there. But if I wanted to, and I really wanted to reach deep down in my soul, I'd say, yeah, derivative, rubbish, don't bother with it, waste of time. So someone signed off on that. That's my biggest gripe with this. Someone signed off on that and went, that is good. They didn't say that's amazing. That is palatable. Tick, signed off on it. But yet we never got a second season of Firefly. What the fuck? So
my biggest gripe is that from a timing point of view, this is standing in the way of Discovery Season 3.
Oh, yeah.
That's ready. It's been ready for ages.
You know?
Should have been Discovery Season 3.
Yeah.
And there we go.
Take my love, take my land. Yeah, we're all mad about Firefly, and we haven't got over it. People say, hey, get over it, man. It was... There are other things I probably wish were still shows more than that, like, I don't know, Deadwood. I don't know. Maybe I can make a whole list of things that I wish were still on, but The West Wing, that would be good. West Wing just relentlessly broke, like, the real world laws, and Bartlett just got to have 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th terms, and the show just carried on going forever, and everyone stayed in little stasis bubbles and stayed their own age, and just like, that would be a perfect show. Yeah, that should get made. That would be amazing. Yes, I'm just glad we finally have a series in the original universe, Picard.
Yeah, yeah, I mean they've all been in that Prime universe, so I'm not sure what you're referring to there.
We watched Picard. We watched Picard.
We enjoyed Picard.
We did.
Right up until the moment that it finished. And then we looked back at it and realised that there were a lot of bullshit elements.
Yeah, I mean, like, this was never meant to be a like massive Star Trek show, although we are in the segment Don't Get Me Star Trek, so it's legit.
This segment exists because this show
what
often
happens,
degenerated into
derails
Star Trek
into Star Trek.
Especially with the prodding of Eddie Stone, if he's still about in the chat.
Yeah, he's a Star Trek prodder. Mm-hmm. Do you know what? Like, Picard, I just feel... It was like, that's another one where they just did not stick the landing, but they didn't also stick the takeoff or the bits you do in midair. And it just, but I was really glad to see that it was Patrick Stewart performing all those tricks.
Yes.
While it happened. But at the end, right? Oh, hold on. Can I spoil Picard? I've no idea. Probably not. But
it's been months.
It has been months. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, like, I mean, it's no surprise that they don't all get killed at the end. But whilst the bad Romulan woman is about to destroy them, she keeps stopping herself. She's like, right, prepare phasers. We're going to fire in a minute. And then something happens. She's like, hold on a minute. We could destroy them, but hold on one moment. And then it's like, wait. Okay, off we go again. Proceed. No, wait. And she gets interrupted. And I'm like, what is going on in this fucking episode? How is Riker here? How did they call Riker up? Why did they call Riker up? Why would they pick him? He's in retirement.
Why would Riker fucking turn up?
Why would he? It's like, hey, by the way, no one back on Earth believed them. No one is coming. But not only did they come along, they went, hey, Riker, for fan service, do you want to come along and get in the captain's chair? And he's like, do I? Fuck that shit.
Go back and make another pizza, Riker.
Yeah, he's making his stone-based pizza. This kid and his sad, tragic other kid that died. Oh, my God. And he's with Troy. Man, that is fan service. Stop it. Stop.
Finish. It was just
I can't. Service. So stop it. Data and the Borg. This is what I said this to you. It's like, Data and the Borg. It's like, okay, we need you to make a Picard thing. What's Picard known for? Well, he's an amazing Shakespearean actor. Shut the fuck up. He was Locutus. And he's friends with Data. I want Locutus. I want the Borg. I want Data. And fucking chuck in Brent Spiner any way you want. Tick. Signed, sealed, delivered. Ugh. Don't get me Star Trek on Picard. The ships are all the same. Yeah, ships.
They were copy pasted.
I'm like, no other ships were. So
yeah.
No. It's like that bit in the episode Parallels where they have parallel universes and they all appear like all versions of it. Doof, 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 doof. They probably cut and paste that episode.
Right, that's enough of that.
Yeah, we're gonna.
It's time to see my last sting of the day.
I don't know how long we're. Yeah, carry on.
And actually, this one didn't really take me much effort. I literally Googled it and found a person saying it, and it was just perfect. So here you go. It's time now for us to give each other the gift of a topic that we must hate upon. In thanks, I hate it.
Thanks, I hate it.
Fuck off, Picard. Okay.
Just consult my notes so that this week I actually remember what I've prepared for you.
Well, I only had one thinking in my head. So do you want to give me one?
I want to give you two, but I'm going to start off with
you
one.
do one, I'll do one, you do one.
Sure. Okay. So, the gift I give you this week.
Oh.
I'd love to hear your deep...
Oh, did you want me to explain how this segment works? They probably do know. Sorry. So, thanks, I hate it is... Oh, we actually did kind of say it, but like, we get given a topic and then we have to hate on it. This is from which Don't Get Me Started was originally born. But now being the title, we've called it Thanks, I Hate It. The things that regular people might like, or I don't know. But you'll give me any topic and I will fucking hate it. Oh, I hate that shit. You better believe it. Anyway, proceed.
Please, wax lyrical, be loquacious on the
Nice.
topic of working from home.
Oh my God. Working from home. Thanks, I hate it. Working from home, like at the beginning of working home, it was like a wonderful wonderland where you all thought you'd just get days off and you would just sit around, sitting in bed, working from bed and stuff like that. And after a couple of weeks of that not being the case, the reality set in that you cannot distinguish your real world from the work world. And now I'm forced to kind of keep being able to chip in. It's like, you can just do that work because you're still in the same place as your laptop. So there's no distinction of it. By the way, all the wonderful things that happen at work. It's like, now I'm sitting at my desk. Now I'm doing all my things. Now there's zero distraction. That means I have to do work 100% of the time. Back when I had to work at work, there'd be times I'd have a coffee break or someone would distract me. Someone would bring in cakes. It would be someone's birthday. They'd have an event where we all went out into the world and we played rounders or softball if we're in America. We had wonderful things like this. We had buffets. We had Christmas parties. No. Once you're working from home, you get none of that stuff. None of the benefits, all of the shit. It's just a world of work. Now, yes, I get to sit in, well, currently clothes, but you have to imagine me without clothes, because that's how I go to work.
You must.
I'll
He
fucking
insists.
show you. It's a fallacy. It gives you the impression, yes, a false hope that you'll just be able to chill out, clock out a little earlier, but someone's always watching. Because on your Skype for Business, it always tells you if you're paying attention or not. It's a little green dot that I'm on, so I need to be on the whole time. I had to get a pecking bird just to constantly keep me logged in so I could just take a break. It was ridiculous. And when I do want a coffee, I have to carry my laptop to the coffee machine and then make it, because God forbid I stop at any point. Don't get me started on working from fucking home.
I didn't even know those like a productivity checker thing on Skype.
Oh yeah.
Man, fuck Skype.
P.S. For the record, I love my job. Because
Please don't fire me.
Please don't fire me. Working from home. It's the concept of working from home that I hate. Right.
Duff Valley has been watching other programming on the Jez Show Network because he has thrown out something that I said I wouldn't get started on the main roster on Tuesday night, which is celebrities on Twitch.
Oh, okay. Thanks, I hate it. Celebrities on Twitch. Oh, yeah, I mean, I've seen one celebrity on Twitch, so I don't even know. I don't even know anything. I couldn't even. Do you know? I just don't watch enough Twitch, but I will. So I know to give you one now, yeah?
You do.
This one might actually not be good for American viewers because they won't know what this thing is.
Mm-hmm.
But it just came to me in a flash, and I wanted to know how you felt about the Grand National.
The Grand National. Okay. I'll provide some context.
Please do.
For any non-English viewers. Because, thanks for the topic, but fuck, I hate the Grand National. It's just such... Especially when you consider that it really only exists now so that people can bet on it and then complain about the fact that they lost all their money betting on the fucking thing. So the Grand National is like the Kentucky Derby. It's just a multi-furlong horse race. And yeah, that's it. Like, that is it in one phrase. That's as much as it is. And so people make a big deal of it. It's sometimes the first big sporting event on the calendar because it comes around in March.
Yeah.
And I remember working in a bar and just minding my own business, doing my day-to-day bar stuff. And this gaggle of fucking wife-beatery, Stella drinking knobheads like come up to the bar. Hey mate, what is the Grand National? Why have we got a Grand National? I'm like, I'm sorry, the what? The Grand National, you know, the Grand National. They couldn't provide me any context as to what.
Just saying Grand and National.
The Grand National. Why do you know what the Grand National is? Because it's bullshit, perhaps? Okay, fine. What channel is it on? 4, mate. It's on 4. Racing's on 4. I'm like,
Of course it is.
sure, thanks. Okay, channel 4, job done. And then it's just a demolition derby of horses.
It is.
But not even in a good way. It's like, I'd really want to see massive multiple car crash pileups, because there will often come with that explosions and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But all you get in the Grand National is, oh, that horse has gone arse over tit into a ditch and snapped its neck.
And now they're going to have to kill it. And it didn't explode.
If it exploded, it might be tolerable. But now you've just got a fucking dead horse.
Probably the one I bet on.
Probably the one that you bet on. Like, why do we still do this bullshit? Honest to God. Like, there are plenty of other things to bet on. Things that are actual sports, for
Things
example.
are enjoyable.
Things that don't have to have dead horses on my television screen for them.
Nova Charter, yes, that it sounds horrible. It is horrible.
Because it is.
It's a 40-horse battle royale. 40 horses enter, 1 horse wins.
Part of the idea of this segment is that Alex chooses things for me that I actually like, so that I have to hate on things I like. But no, I genuinely fucking hate this.
Well,
It's
I've
fucking
stopped
stupid.
kind of thinking about things you like Chicago Bears and, I don't know, wrestling and shit, because I just think after a while...
It comes too easy.
Yeah. But I just thought, something popped in my head, I thought Grand National. Plus, the other thing I hate about the Grand National is then people who have bet on the Grand National, which is a total crapshoot. There are better horses and there are worse horses. Every year they say, well, this age or this weight or this thing or this ground, or it's better if you do this. And there are definitely front runners, certainly. But the random nature of the Grand National means that kind of gets put to one side. So a lot of times,
It
very
just comes
often,
down to which horse is not dead.
which horse has not
at the
fallen,
end.
basically. So a lot of horses get pulled up, a lot of horses fall, which means that your winner could be and has been often a 100 to 1 shot, or like a 66 to 1, something like that. It was never the guy you thought it was. And then someone in the pub that night will tell you how they won on the Grand National. That's the thing I hate the most about the Grand National. Someone goes, yeah.
They put their whole life savings on this horse, and they've somehow got lucky.
Someone in the pub, I was in London one time, met up for some live action roleplay pub meet thing, but before, it was the same day of the Grand National, so I went in to watch, I bet on it. I didn't win. And someone in front of me was like, yeah, get in. I knew it'd be that one. My dad gave me a hot tip, told me it'd be that one. I'm like, that's nonsense, right? Your dad didn't know. Your dad was just one of millions of people that bet, and you happened to be that you were right. But for every dad with a tip, 39 other dad with a tips and sons lucked out.
Totally fucking wrong.
Lucked out means luck.
Not what you're using.
Yeah,
in this
I can't
context.
do it at all. Well, unlucky. Fucking hell. But they act like they're like, see, nailed it. I'm so good at betting. I'm like, I rolled a 40-sided dice and it came up the number I asked.
And a completely different conversation is having in the chat, and I love that. That's what the chat's for. You
Yes!
guys carry on.
Well, I saw that Brie Larson.
Yeah,
Was she Captain Marvel?
They're continuing the Thanks I Hate It of celebrities on Twitch.
Carry on. I don't even know any celebrities on Twitch, but I saw Jack Black got mentioned. So.
Brie Larson is a celebrity on
Oh,
Twitch.
she's a celebrity on Twitch, right. And is she Captain Marvel? Is that Brie Larson?
Yes.
Right. I don't really watch. I never watched it, so I don't know.
Would you like to hate something else?
I will hate something else.
Okay.
I don't have another one for you because I haven't really thought of it.
That's fine.
I'll hate on this one, though.
I would like to know, and I think you're going to have some real deep feelings about this. So my gift to you is the topic of eBay.
eBay? Oh my God. Don't get me started on eBay. I just, I'm always... Nothing... I hate eBay so much because, I sell a lot of board games. Not as a business or anything. I've got loads of board games. And when I go on the board games...
Too much stuff.
I've got too much stuff, right? So, I go on something and I see how it's sold before.
Whoa, hold on, Charlotte. You tell us how you really feel. Don't hold back.
Fucking money grabbing cunts. Fucking eBay. Yeah, in the beginning, eBay was a wonderful warehouse. Everyone just wandering around it. And then everyone got wise to it. Everyone's sniping my shit. It used to be, if it was a fair fight, fine. But then people bought kind of sniping software to make sure they snipe the state at the end. I'm like, this is not this is not the Olympics. You don't get computer assisted guns. You just have you and a finger, right? And anyway, I don't know if there is a gun thing in the Olympics. God knows. Maybe Eddie Stone will tell me if they have guns in the Olympics. No idea. Not during the racing. That would make it even harder. Anyway, eBay. So yeah, that was bullshit. The thing I find is that when I'm trying to sell stuff, it never sells for. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Ultimately, whenever I try and sell stuff on eBay, I try and I look and see what it sold for, and it's like your rare copy of Lord of the Rings Risk sold for someone else's sold for £100, and I'm like, I'll put it on for 100, and it doesn't sell. I'm like, I'll put it on for 80, and then it says you might want to start it at 99p, and then it'll bid itself up, and I'm like, I like your style, eBay. Put it on for 99p. It bids itself up to £12, and I'm like, I kind of wanted £12, and then you see the same guy get it, put it back on, it goes sells for £100. I'm like, oh my god, the crapshoot that is eBay. I can't. I just have to steer clear of it now. Also, I can never be too sure who these guys are. With Amazon, I always feel like there's some sort of safeguarding issue that if I don't get it, they're going to swing into action, or PayPal will swing into action. Mm-hmm. I bought something. I bought my keyboard. I bought an Ampro 2, which I love. This little light up, clickety mechanical RGB keyboard. It's beautiful. It's 3/4 the size. It's wonderful. And I found some guy on there, and he was the only one selling the Gateron Brown keys that I wanted, like the slightly quieter keys. I'm like, it's white. It's the one I want. But he had like seven feedback. Thank you. And I was like, oh, 7 sounds like he's not a real person, or I'm never going to get my product. If it's 20,000, you're like, I trust that guy. Isn't that the way? Fucking eBay, it's just like 7 or 20,000. There's no in between. No one's trusting anyone. And I'm like, okay. So I pressed it and I thought, yeah, it'll be fine. And then he didn't send it. And then he didn't send it. And then he didn't send it. And I was like, am I ever going to see this thing? This was, and then suddenly at the last minute, it just turned up. I dreamt about it, by the way, how bad it got. I dreamt about not receiving my item. And I dreamt I had received it. I woke up and it wasn't there. And I'm like, oh my God, this is getting bad. But finally, I got my keyboard. But you go through the fucking ring of fire with eBay, whether you're selling or buying a bastard thing. Fuck eBay. Just why are we bidding on things like that? Just buy the... You never get a deal. This is the thing I fucking hate about eBay, right? Bids go on. It says, oh, this thing you want that looks amazing is $3.99. I'm like, shit me, that should be £300. It's like 8 days to go. Well, it's going to be 300 in 8 days. What's the point of bidding, right? So if there's no point in bidding because it'll eventually become what you expect it to be, then you only want to buy it now because you want it now. So if you want to buy it now, go to Amazon. Fuck you, eBay. Fuck it.
I'm glad I chose this topic.
Oh my God.
Captain Brilliant asked, don't you get buyer protection from PayPal? Yeah, you would, except that eBay split from PayPal sometime earlier in this year, maybe even last year.
That's the answer, but I don't know. Ultimately.
eBay have got their own buyer protection. But that is as good as saying, Alex, this guy didn't send me my stuff.
I'm like, good for you, man.
Great.
I don't know what would have happened if I'd not received my Ampro 2. But that's the other thing, is then you have this moment of like, oh God, I have to go and ask them why they didn't send it. One time I ordered the League of Gentlemen on DVD as a present, and it never came. And then I went back to them, and it had been so long, I was like, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They might send it this one. I talked to them back and forth, and it ultimately, I needed to complain within a certain amount of time, and I didn't complain in this. I didn't realise that, so they were like, "Oh no!" And I just went back to that guy's. No, well, we sent it out, and I'm like, "Oh God, I hate you people." It's not as bad as it was, but that doesn't work for Don't Get Me Started. But thanks, I hate it. I haven't used eBay in ages. No, I haven't, because I want my stuff fast. By the way, I've never found anyone that delivers quickly. Twice I just bought a present, and I can't say what it is, but they said. Twice I bought from somebody, or from 2 separate people, who say, I haven't gone back to them, it's really annoying me now, who said next day delivery, and having done next day delivery, didn't turn up the next day, and it was she was going to turn up, or I was about to leave. So basically, next day delivery didn't mean next day delivery. I went to Belgium without the present, came back, and it arrived 2 weeks later. I'm like, I paid an extra £2 for that. Where's my fucking £2? Fuck eBay. Amazon for the win. They're also shite though. Well, they can be.
Yes.
I've known them only be shit for me once, and that's when I tried to order a bottle of Jamaican rum, and it had a malfunction with it. They said malfunction with your order, and I'm like, it was a bottle. You broke it. That's what happened. That was the malfunction. The glassness of its integrity failed when you dropped it onto a hard floor. So that was the problem. That was
you tossed it into your van, probably.
Do you think that's going to be okay? Dribbles out. Where's my pay show? Pay show! Hey, yeah, well, I've got my bitters. Yeah, where is your pay show?
Got to have some patience if you want your pay show. Keep waiting.
Roll credits. That's it. Thanks for joining us.
Doesn't get any better than that.
That's where it's at.
But speaking of which, we should roll to a close.
Yes.
It's hard to tell how long we've been on the air because I started the stream early and I can't do maths. So
yeah, some things coming in there. Do you know what Nova Charter? Individual workers suck at. I mean, it's just, by the way, Scene Deliveries delivers toss packages onto my front porch. Yeah, my brother, when it was snowing, the snow did not help, by the way. The guy didn't, I think in his head, he didn't want to leave it on the front steps when nobody was in. So we went round the back but couldn't find a way to get in. So he just chucked it over the top. So it was just lying on its side in the snow. It's like, cheers. There's people who like kind of just chuck, right, sorry you weren't in, and just like, it's like you didn't even check. It happens everywhere. But what I will say is all my guys seem to be really good. Maybe I've got the good Amazon guys are coming to me.
The thing is that I never have the same Amazon delivery person like twice, because I don't think the retention of staff at Amazon is particularly high.
Yeah, fair enough. I ordered wanting some pay show bitters because we do a show called Cocktails and Bullshit, which happens fortnightly, and you should all watch it. But we wanted some pay show bitters so we could do a Sazerac, and I ordered some Creole bitters in hopes of having a similar thing, and they did not turn up on time. And then in the middle of me collecting fragments in World of Warcraft in anticipation of Anchorage Open, there was a knock on my door. I didn't know who it was, and I opened the door the wrong way, apparently, in this mine. And it was the guy, and he was just like bringing me my item. But because it's alcohol, or at least a small amount of alcoholic content, he had to check that I was... He said, need to check some ID. But he didn't say that. He just said, what's your... He's I love this because he said, what's your date of birth? And I slung up my date of birth, and I said, 76. I said, blah, 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 blah. Not that it matters you don't know my date of birth, because I just said my birthday on the 6th. So 6th of the 8th, 76, I said. And he went, what? And I said, I know, I look wonderful, don't I? And he was just like, no, I just misheard you. But I was just like...
I accepted Captain Brilliant's alcohol at the door for him on Saturday. And the guy asked for my date of birth. And I was like, 14th of the 8th. And he was like, yeah, okay. And he's there like just relentlessly stabbing away at his pad. And I'm like, he's going to ask for the year at some point, right? It's just like...
Wow, that's a lot. Is he writing it out? F-O-U-R?
And I'm like, can I go now? I've kind of got a show to produce.
I've got a thing to do. Got shit to do.
Oh, yeah.
76!
What year?
What year is it?
1986.
86?
Yeah.
Wow, we're 10 years apart.
10 years younger.
You wouldn't think it, though, looking at this, right?
But, yeah. Long time just to go 140886.
Comments not blowing up with how wonderful I look. Fuck these guys. Don't get me started on you fucking guys.
And on that note,
thank you very much for joining us again. We'll be here in the exact same spot in a week's time.
But plug your shit, man. Where can people follow you?
Yeah. Well, like, Facebook is the place where I'm trying to keep everyone in touch, although I mainly do this. You just find us here. But Alex Borton on Facebook. Come and find me there. Like me and follow me, because if I do any shit, it's going to be put there. Until I get a magical Twitch channel like your one, and I start streaming World of Warcraft and wandering around the world, and you can follow my antics there, but you'll have to wait.
You haven't got one to plug yet.
I haven't, no.
Maybe next week.
Do it. Stream well. Do you know what? Will, I love your support so much. I'm going to do it. You've inspired me. He also did, but like you've both inspired. I don't want to take it away from you, man. It was you. It was all you. I will.
I'll play with you. I don't think that's... that's against the Twitch terms of service.
Between you playing with me and Captain Brilliant coming and blowing me on me in the middle of the night, I just think it's a happy time.
Yeah.
Don't get his head any bigger. Why not? Why the fuck not? Why shouldn't it be? But yeah, fair enough. Right, shall we wrap it up? Did you want to say anything? I mean, everyone knows where to find you. We're here.
They do know where to find me.
Twitch.
What they might not know is what's coming up the rest of the week. Tomorrow night, I'm streaming Robot Wars Arenas of Destruction on the PlayStation 2, which is like the Grand National, but with robots and no horses dying.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah. And on Friday, for my birthday, I'm just going to stream something and play a variety of games and eat cake on camera and get a bit drunk and stuff.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
When's that finish? When do you stop doing that? Is it time before we can go to the bar and have a drink or something? Or what?
No, I'll be like 8:30 through to sleep.
Just discussing our own plans.
Yeah. I'll go for a drink with you on another day.
Cool!
And celebrate both our birthdays.
Yes, we should.
In the month of August, which is when you should have a birthday.
Correct.
And if you don't, you are wrong. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Fair enough. See you next week.
Please hang around in the indie music thing and we'll raid someone. I don't know who yet. Let's find out. But thanks for tuning in to Don't Get Me Started. We'll see you
next week.